Hey everyone, welcome to Hey Dad, my reaction channel. This is Dad, and today I'm going to be reacting to Harry Chapin live version of Cats in the Cradle. Um, so Dad's out today on New Year's Eve. It's a 53-degree day, sunny, no snow, and getting some errands done here on New Year's Eve before things close down. If you're out for New Year's Eve, be safe. Have fun, but be safe tonight. And so I'm wanting my sons to see this song that was a popular airplay song in my youth. Harry Chapin was a great ballad writer and singer of my high school and college days. And I did get to see Harry Chapin at least twice in concert. I saw him once in an arena at Bradley University in Peoria, and I saw him once in a small theater in DePaul University in Indiana with some friends. And both were great shows. Harry has a great stage presence, was a great storyteller, both on stage and in his songs, and had a lot of great hits. A lot of Harry's songs were story songs that were too long to play for radio. Cats in the Cradle was the right length and the right format for radio, and he had some great success with Cats in the Cradle. It's a great story song that has a message, and perhaps timed for New Year's Day for tomorrow. So for my kiddos, I want you to see Harry and listen to Harry, one of the great balladeers of my youth. Here's Harry Chapin, Cats in the Cradle.
I was talking about my family earlier, and I think one of the most important things for any creator is to have some people around him that give him an accurate reflection of what he's doing. Being a superstar, which thank God I'm not, tends to make it, I would guess, tough, because nobody can come up to you and say, hey, that song stinks. I have some people around me that not only will give me criticism, but come up with very strong ideas, and the most important one in my life is my wife, who really came up with the basic concept and many of the key lines of this song. As Stravinsky once said, great artists steal, bad artists borrow. I'm desperately trying to be a great artist, so I stole this from my wife.
He was a great
It's
artist.
called Cats in the Cradle, and it's about my boy Josh. And frankly, the song scares me to death. My child arrived just the other day. He came through the world in the usual way, but there were planes to catch and bills to pay. He learned to walk while I was away, and he was talking for I knew it, and as he grew, he'd say, I'm gonna be like you, Dad. You know I'm gonna be like you. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then. We're gonna have a good time then.
Yeah, let me pause there. So that's bringing back two memories for me, watching Harry sing live here. Of course, the memory of seeing Harry sing live in those concerts in that intimate theater at DePaul. Harry was a great stage presence. He and his band, Big John on the bass, and he was a storyteller. And this song tells a story. The other memory is, of course, becoming a father twice. And I remember those days. Becoming a father non-traditionally, and I was working a lot. I just started a new job the first time, and it put me on the road 90% of my life. I was traveling, planes, trains, and automobiles, gone somewhere every week to I worked in a lot of states and 6 countries, and each week I might be in California one week, and Hartford, Connecticut the next week, South Carolina the week after that, maybe China, maybe Switzerland or Germany, maybe Texas, maybe Seattle. I had some great experiences, Berkeley, California, and on the campus of Yale, in the evenings after work, having adventures after my workday was done. But I was away from my kids, and and they were growing up without me. So this song has meaning for me in that regard. Um, It'll be sure nice when you get home, Dad.
My son turned 10 just the other day. He said, thanks for the ball, Dad. Come on, let's play. Can you teach me to throw? I said, not today. I got a lot to do. He said, that's okay. And he walked away, but his smile never dimmed. It said, I'm gonna be like him, yeah. You know I'm gonna be like him. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when. We'll get together then. We're gonna have a good time then.
We're gonna have a good time then when I get home, but there's always a then and rarely a now. And I remember when each of my sons turned 10, they were pivotal times in their lives, in their very young lives, when they turned 10. I remember those years. And when my youngest son turned 10, I'd been gone one time for 2 weeks, and I came home with my roll-around bag coming up the stairs, and I passed my youngest son on the stairs. And he looked back at me and he said, "Oh, I almost forgot I had a dad." Wow, dagger right in me. And I made some calls that night, and a month later I was in a different job, off the road somewhat, mostly, and down from 90% travel down to maybe 20% travel, which I still have and I can live with. I don't think my sons want to be like me for that reason, and be in a corporate world that I've worked in since '94. I think they learned that lesson from my travels. While I had adventures, I missed some of their growing up. Let's go into the last two stages of this story song.
Well, he came from college just the other day. So much like a man, I just had to say, son, I'm proud of you. Can you sit for a while? He shook his head and he said with a smile, what I'd really like, Dad, is to borrow the car keys. See you later, can I have them, please? And the cats in the
18, they start to be out and gone.
Little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, son, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, Dad. We're gonna have a good time then. Oh, oh,
All right, let's bring it home.
well, I've long since retired. My son's moved away. I called him up just the other day. Said I'd like to see you if you don't mind. He said I'd love to, Dad, if I can find the time. You see, my new job's a hassle and the kids are the flu, but it's sure nice talking to you, Dad. It's been sure nice talking to you. And as I hung up the phone, it occurred to me he'd grown up just like me. My boy was just like me. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, son, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, Dad. You know we'll have a good time then.
Well done, Harry. That's a sad song, but that's an important song. That's a poignant song right there, Harry. And I enjoy watching the live version because that brings me back to seeing Harry. Harry's such a great performer on stage. I'll never forget in that small amphitheater, Harry Chapin walking to the front of the stage with the band gone, spotlight on him, no instruments, and singing Mail Order Annie a cappella on the front of the stage. That was brave. Um, Maybe my favorite performance ever is just Harry at the front of the stage singing a cappella, Mail Order Annie. This song's important. There's always a then. We'll have a good time then. When does then come? Well, then doesn't come often. Now is important. So, as you're making New Year's resolutions, remember this song, Cats in the Cradle, this storytelling song that tells this story. Don't let the busyness of your life be your life. If you have family, you have loved ones, be present in their life. There's a New Year's resolution for you. Be present in your life. Be present in your family's life. This is, I'm listening to this song today for me, for my New Year's resolution, reacting to Harry live. Be present in my family's life. So while I'm out running around, while my granddaughter is napping at this time of the day, I need to be home when she wakes and be with my son who's caring for her, and also get to play with her. I need to play ball, as Harry said. Will you teach me how to play ball? Yes, I will. Who at my age wouldn't give time to go back and do that differently? Did spending all that time on the road for my career ultimately help us in life? Well, yeah, it did, in the fact that I was able to provide for our family shelter and food and some life. But would I trade it back? Yes, I would. I had a lot of adventures on the road, solitary adventures. That song Jason Isbell, Traveling Alone, sings to that experience. But Harry's singing to the cycle of life. They're young, then they grow up, then they don't have time for you, and then they leave. And it's been sure good talking to you, Dad. And I remember that with my dad, who's passed. Would I give time? Would I give anything for time back with him? Yes. Would I change things with my sons growing up? Yes. But you can't go back and change that part of you. But you can live forward from here on, being present. So, New Year's resolution: be present. Don't let the busyness of life be your life. Be present. Play ball. Teach children about life. I have some family members who do that much better than I do, that are better nurturers than I am. But I try, and I'm going to try more in 2022. I have an opportunity again with a grandchild. So I want to be present in her life. I'm still present in my son's lives, and I appreciate them. Love you. Care about you. Care about you watching. Leave me a comment. How has the busyness of your life been in 2021? And can it be different in 2022? What was life like for you in 2021? Leave me a comment. Let's talk about it. How to be present in your life so the busyness of your life isn't your life. That makes sense? That's a little wisdom from Dad. You know, it's different hearing this song when I was in high school in the 70s or college and seeing Harry perform it on stage. And I was that son at that time who was gone and wishing I had spent time with my dad. Then I'm into my 40s and raising children unexpectedly. And now I'm in my 60s, and I have a chance to do it over again. So I hear this song differently in those different ages, as you might imagine. And it's amazing how music affects us differently at different points in our lives. So do I have the chance to go back and be better and more present? No, I don't. Do I have a chance to do it better from here forward? Yes, I do. New Year's resolution: be present. Don't let the busyness of life be your life. Appreciate you. Leave me a comment. This is Dad, out.